السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. معاكم قادة قائد، رئيسة لجنة المرأة العاملة والطفل في اتحاد الحر نقابات عمال البحرين. تشرفنا اليوم بالتعاون مع كريدي ماكس بترتيب محاضرة توعوية بمناسبة سرطان الثدي مع مستشفى كيمس الطبي، تلقيها لنا استشارية الجراحة الدكتورة ربيكا.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Rebecca. I'm a general surgeon. So today I'll be talking to you a little bit about breast cancer, and we'll just take a look at how do the normally breast look like, how you will examine your own breast, how you will become familiar with your breast, and just be careful about how the cancer presents. Now, this is because many women nowadays are suffering from breast cancer. The number of women who are suffering from breast cancer who are diagnosed every year is increasing. So now breast cancer is a good kind of cancer because it is completely curable. We don't just talk about, being on a follow-up or getting regular treatment. It is completely cured. You can be completely cancer-free if the cancer is detected early. So for this early detection, we are holding this event so that you know what the breast cancer looks like. Okay, so we'll first take a look at how the breast is. Now, the human breast is made up of something called as, there is fat and there is the areola. So this areola with the lobules are where the milk is produced in the breast. Now, the breast lies on the chest in front over the ribs. So if you look at the breast here, the important thing to see is that the blood supply from the breast, the fluid and the blood from the breast goes to your underarms. It goes above to the chest, just below the bone here, the clavicle, and in the center. Now, what is cancer? Cancer is basically a disease which has uncontrolled cell growth. The cells, they grow fast and without any control. And they start from one origin. In breast cancer, the tissue, it starts in the breast tissue and it can go to other parts of the body. Now, most women have some lumpiness in their breast. That means that if you find a lump in your breast today, it might completely be normal. Most of these lumps are benign and they are not cancer. So who is affected? 20% of breast cancers occur in women under the age of 50. So as the age advances, the risk of getting breast cancer increases. 51% happen in women between 50 to 69, and 29% of cancers happen over the age of 70. So what are the risk factors? Who is at more risk of developing breast cancer? So the risk factors are something which can be changed, which is modifiable, and unmodifiable, which cannot be changed. So something which you can change to bring down your risk of cancer is obesity, weight loss, diet, decrease in the processed food in your diet, decrease in the sugar in your diet, alcohol, avoiding radiation, and no breastfeeding. So the women who breastfeed decrease their risk of getting breast cancer. Now, some things which cannot be changed, it is the gender. Females are more prone for getting cancer than men. The age, as the age advances, increased risk. The ethnic origins, reproductive factors. Pregnancy is actually protective for breast cancer. So more the number of children you have, less the risk of getting cancer. Personal or family history of cancer, genetics, and genetic mutations of BRCA1 or 2. So if someone in your family, the blood relative in your family has cancer, the risk that you will have cancer increases. And the closer the relative, the more the risk factor. So know amongst the health of your family members, your sisters, your cousins, your aunts, grandparents, grandmothers, all this is important. So what changes happen in the breast? Now, breast, it can start like a lump. A lump is something hard that you feel in the breast. If you feel your breast and you notice that the entire breast is soft, but one area feels like a little hard, So all of you all have felt an orange, right? So in the top of the orange, when you feel where this stem arises from, that is the hardness. The rest of the breast will feel like the orange, but the top will feel like a lump. A discharge from the nipple. Unless a woman is breastfeeding, any discharge which comes from the nipple has to be tested. Change in the appearance of nipple. The nipple are supposed to protrude out, they're supposed to come out. But if you notice that your nipple is being pulled back in, or it becomes flat, or the skin of the nipple, it starts peeling and there are cracks, there is bleeding. So those all need to be tested. Changes in the skin color or the texture. If you feel that your entire breast has one color, but some part has turned slightly reddish, there's more veins, it looks blue, it looks white, or there is yellowishness, then those need to be tested. Change in the size or the shape of the breast. So if you have been using one size brassiere for your life, and all of a sudden you notice that one cup feels tight or one cup is feeling loose, that could also be indicative of a breast cancer. So advanced changes which look in the skin, can you see? Again, we go back to the orange. You remember the dips on the orange? If you notice that your skin is looking like those dips on the orange, then that could also be a sign of cancer and has to be checked. A rash, an eczema type of rash, a redness which forms on the breast, on the skin, that could also be an indication of cancer. So these are the different ways in which the cancer can present. I'm not sure whether you're able to see the clear photos, but there is some redness. See, you can see the nipple being pulled back. There is only redness here. But here, it has actually redness with a little bit of the orange skin. The entire breast, the skin has started peeling off. It's become hard. Then if suppose if somebody has had a scar or a surgery in the breast previously, then those along the scar, if any redness or any change in the skin happens, that could also be indicative of cancer. Now this is a photo to indicate that men also can suffer from breast cancer, though it is much rare. Now metastasis. Metastasis is a term which means that the cancer which started in one part has gone and spread to all over the body, to the other organs. Now this becomes slightly more difficult to treat, but it is still treatable and the breast is still curable. So the types, it can be a ductal carcinoma, or which is more common, or a lobule carcinoma which arises from where the milk is produced, which is much rarer. So a change in the breast that you see or you feel does not mean it's cancer, but if change is present, then it has to be checked by a healthcare provider. So you have to know what your breasts look like, you have to know what they feel like, so you notice any change which happens. Now, best protection against breast cancer is the early detection. The earlier it is detected, the more easier is the treatment, the more faster, and the more risk of you living a cancer-free life. So if it is found early and treated early, the 5-year survival rate, after 5 years, if 100 women are detected today with breast cancer in just stage 1, after 5 years, all 100 women will be alive. They will not have had any deaths due to the cancer. So it has to be found early. So how do we find breast cancer? The key is early detection, and to detect early we have to screen. That means even if now there will be maybe 20 of us here, all 20 of us may not have, nobody might have cancer. But how do you know? How do you know that who might be at a higher risk? So you look at your family history, you look at your personal history, you look at if you have any risk factors, then you have to get yourself checked. Out of 20, nobody might have. If you look at the whole building, there might be 100 women. So if all 100 women check, maybe 0.01% women might, or maybe, okay, suppose we have 1,000 women, in them, one woman might end up having some lump which could be cancerous. So it is always better to even when you feel healthy, even when you know there is no change, check yourself, get yourself checked, and then rule out the cancer. So how do we screen? You should have a good breast health plan. Breast health plan basically means you should know your breast, you should know what they feel like, what they look like, and you should get yourself checked according to the age and the risk factors. So self-awareness, you have to know your breast. Every month you have to check your breast yourself. Clinical breast exam. This will be in the hospital by a healthcare provider, and scanning. Now, depending upon the risk factors per person, the doctors might advise you for yearly scan, for 6 monthly scan, or they might just tell you every 3 years if you come, that is more than enough. So you have to know which category you belong to. So breast self-exam. Now this is something that you will do yourself every day. Every month, not every day, every month. One day in a month, everybody has to examine their breast. Now, this is an opportunity for women to know their breast. It is a monthly exam of the breast and the underarms. This helps in discovering the changes early, and it has to be started at the age of 20. So we do not wait till we are in your 30s, in your 40s. You have to start at the age of 20. So when do you do it? Now, women who are menstruating, they should do it 5 to 7 days after the beginning of the period. So if your period starts today, after 1 week, you will do your breast exam. For women who have achieved menopause, they will put a fixed day on their calendar every month and examine it on that day. Pregnant women also have to do breast cancer checking. Now, this is very important because I would say that 50% of the new cancers which are being detected every year are being discovered during pregnancy. So this is very important. So you have to, pregnancy does not protect you against breast cancer. If you have been pregnant, if you have had children, the risk that you'll get cancer comes down. But being pregnant does not protect you against cancer. So now this procedure takes only 10 minutes. You will take 10 minutes out of your time every month and look at your breast. You have to examine the entire tissue. So how to do it? You will take off your top, go in front of a mirror, and you'll stand. Now how you stand is important. You'll stand with your arms by your side. Okay, your arm should be on your waist, and you will look at your breast in the mirror. Look from the front. Are the breasts at the same level? Are the nipples at the same level? Do you see any change in the shape? Do you see change in the color? Then you turn to one side, you look at your underarm and the side of the breast. You turn to the other side and same, you look at the underarm and you look at this side. So this way you will see how your breasts look like. So once you are sure that everything is okay, everything looks the same as it was last month, then you will lie down. So now when you lie down, you will take your right hand, you will take it above your head, and with your left hand above your head, with your right hand you will feel the breast. Now same way, the right hand above the breast, and with the left you will feel the breast. Now this way you will make sure that how the breast feels like. So how will we feel? You can either come in a circle, start from the top, go all around the breast, make small circles and feel, or you can come from the outside, go towards the nipple, or you can just go up and down in a straight line. So this way we can make sure that the entire breast, including the lower part, very important is the lower part of the breast you should not miss. Because if sometimes what happens, when we look at the breast, we only look at the front. We don't look at the area below the breast. So you have to look at and examine the area below the breast. So what we look for? We look for any lump, a nipple which is pulled in, a dimpling, skin which is going down in the breast, dripping from the nipple, a redness or a rash, or any skin changes which are happening in the breast. Now why don't one, it's easy, right? It is just 2 minutes, nothing. When you're after your shower, you'll take 5 minutes more, you'll examine and you're done. So why don't women do it? There is fear. We always have this fear, okay, as long as I don't think that I have a disease, I'll be fine. I should be fine. We have this fear. Once I think about it, I'll get. So we have to get over this fear. We have to get over this fear that if we get a disease, if we think about a disease, we'll get it. Anybody can get it, but the earlier it's detected, the easier it's treated. There is embarrassment. How do I talk? I, being a female, I still have patients who come to me, female patients, and they are embarrassed to talk. They don't want to say what is happening. So we have to get over this embarrassment, and we should be able to talk about it. You can talk about it with your friends, with your parents, especially the children around you, the teenagers around you. You should be able to talk to them what is happening. There is lack of knowledge. Now, some people, they want to do, but they don't know. So that is why we have these awareness lectures, so that everybody knows and they can teach one more person how to do. We get too busy. It's too much work. I'm busy. I have cooking. I have kids. It's okay. I'll do it next month. It's okay. I'll do it next month. It's just a month. Nothing will happen. So we get too busy and we forget to do it. So we have to take these 10 minutes out of the entire month and take it for your breasts. We spend, I think, more than 1 hour every day looking at our skin and our hair. We can take 10 minutes for the breast. So now, what do the doctors do in the hospital? In the hospital, it is done annually, every year for women above the age of 40, and every 2 to 3 years from the women above the age of 20. Now, people who are at a higher risk might even be called every 3 months or every 6 months. So if the doctor thinks that you have something, then what do we do? So for women less than the age of 40, we go for a breast ultrasound. We do a scanning, a sonar of the breast, and we look for the swelling. If suppose you are over the age of 40, the doctor can even advise you for an X-ray of the breast. Now this helps in detecting cancer lumps 3 years before you feel. So 3 years before you feel a lump in the breast, the X-ray can detect a small lump. But the only problem with this is, if you see the image here, we press the breast. So this is more painful. The breast has to be pressed between 2 plates. So the more thinner the breast, the better image. So it is it is painful. So women, because of the pain, they don't want to do it. Now if you can see, now remember very important thing, just a mammogram does not rule out the possibility of cancer. If the doctor thinks you are at a high risk, even if your mammogram is normal, they might advise you for additional tests. They might ask you for an MRI. Now the MRI is the highest resolution and it has precise detail. This is the best cancer screening tool available. But again, there is a but. For everything there is a but. Because of the narrow area, it is not possible to do MRI as a screening for everybody. So only people who have high risk or for whom we are not sure about after the mammogram what is the status, we do with the MRI. So now advantage, you can just see, look at the size. Now this is the size of the lump of a woman who will find if she does a breast exam but she does not do it every month. A woman who does it every month will find the lump which is much smaller. Suppose we do a scanning today. The size of the lump which will be found is much smaller than what you can feel. And if you get a regular scanning, it will be the smallest size lump which can be detected. So you can see, even if you do a monthly exam, unless you do a regular scanning, you can still miss few small lumps. So it is the scanning which is more sensitive. So what to do if you have, suppose the doctor finds a lump, then they can advise for testing. There can be a small testing called as a FNAC or a fine needle aspiration, or they can advise for a biopsy. Now FNAC is the same needle that you get an injection from. It's a small needle, but it is less, it just picks up small cells. So it will just tell you, you may have a cancer or you may not. Now if you get that you may have a cancer, then you need to go for tissue biopsy or core biopsy, in which we take a slightly longer needle and we put it inside, we take it for testing, and we are sure. So now if a woman is detected to have breast cancer, we have multiple treatment options. There is surgery, there is chemotherapy or the injections, there is hormone therapy, there is immunotherapy, targeted therapy or radiotherapy. So we have many different options available for treating breast cancer. It is no longer a death sentence. The faster you get detected, the easier to treat it. So now suppose you have been advised for a surgery. So now earlier days, surgery means cut off the breast. We no longer do that. We go for something called as lumpectomy, in which only the lump of the breast is removed. Or suppose you have multiple lumps in the breast, then they can advise for a mastectomy or complete removal of the breast. But even after removal, the reconstruction can be done at the same time. So how can they reconstruct? They can use implants. We have silicone implants, saline implants. They can use a muscle from your own body, from your tummy or from your back, and they can implant it in place of the breast. So we have different reconstruction available. You will no longer have to worry, oh, my one breast is missing. Because women, we identify ourselves with our breasts. So if one breast is taken away, we feel like we've lost part of our identity. So we have these options available. Now, something called as systemic therapy, in which they give injections plus tablets to help you control the cancer. Radiotherapy is nothing but lying in the X-ray machine, and they'll give a radiation only to the area of the breast where there is cancer. So here the side effects will be less. In the chemotherapy, where they give you the injections or the tablets, the side effects are felt all over the body. So there is more hair loss, you will lose the hair, the eyebrows, but they do grow back once the treatment is over. Hormone therapy, now the cancer is treated. We have to make sure it does not come back. So we take tablets for 5 years after the treatment is done to make sure that the cancer does not come back. Now, the very important is the emotional support. As long as you know that you have somebody to help you, it may be just taking you to the hospital for your injections. We get injections every month. That will help the patient in overcoming breast cancer. So emotional support to the patient, not just the patient, to the family of the patient, is very important. So breast cancer is not just a disease of an individual, it affects everybody. It will affect the family, the friends, the co-workers, everybody. So the emotional support for everybody around the patient is important. So for this emotional support, we have cancer support groups. We have groups for patients who have undergone chemotherapy, who have undergone the surgery. They talk about their experience. They help the patients to overcome the fear. They tell them that yes, it can be treated completely. Now this is just to tell you an idea that if you look at the numbers here, these are numbers, these are actual figures that are used. A patient who is detected with cancer in stage 4 means it's spread everywhere over the body. It is still 22% survival. It is not 0. There are some cancers where 1 year, no, it is difficult, but breast cancer, you have a very good curable chance. So remember, breast cancer is curable. So how do you take charge of your breast? Get help now. Know your risk for getting breast cancer. Get screened. And early detection is best protection against cancer. Okay, so